Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the League of Legends 4PL Play4Fame Corsair Vengeance Cup August Qualifier number 2. I am once again Pulse. Wait a minute. I am once again Pulse, because normally I'm not Pulse. And I'm Bryce Buddington. Hello.
Normally you're disguised as Broken Shard, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We know.
That's what happened
We
last
know.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty obviously the case, and you are pretty much shameful for trying to lie to us, actually.
Exactly.
And, you know, also I hate you.
I agree completely.
I mean, hello.
What? I'm just gonna leave now. Bye.
I hope
this
so.
has been my time. I've been Pulse. Goodbye.
You have been exiled from this cast.
Get out.
Get out of my way. Oh dear,
I must say, this is the most interesting entrance we've ever had. Like,
not
our band's going down, but we're trash talking each other for the last 20 seconds.
Regardless,
So,
the bands in this case are Corsair, Nunu, Yorick, Alistair, and somebody else who I don't know because I can't see the future.
Corsair, Yorick, Zara, Alistair, and Nunu. You want to like power through bands when we get the last one?
Okay. I'm gonna race.
Alright.
Alright.
Waiting for the last
Waiting for
band
the last
to come
one.
out.
I'm watching the stream, so I'll be like a second behind you, but.
It's gonna be Shen. Okay,
Alright,
let's go.
Karthus and Shen, both global presence. They have a global influence to ability to influence lanes. Zyra is very strong control mage. She has a lot of crowd control. She has a lot of damage. She has a lot of sustained damage as well because of her plants taking out objectives as fast as she wants. Nunu is a great support and a great jungler. Great ability to nerf anyone with any kind of reliance on attack speed. Can also buff his own ones, hit hers, and can ult, and that ult will ruin an entire team fight. Great peeling, amazing at basically everything support related. Yorick basically wins any lane you care to mention, and later on becomes an AD carry doubler, which basically means that he actually does have some influence, so long as the AD has done well. Otherwise, he's worthless out of a lane. And Alistair, a very strong jungler who can gank from level 2 with extreme prejudice. He has a lot of CC, a lot of damage, and also doesn't scale poorly because his CC remains extremely amazing. There you go.
Outstanding, but unfortunately you get mines because I've already started picking. If you'd done that in the instant it took Suchi to pick his first champion, I would have been impressed, but you did not talk at the speed of light.
Superhuman speaking, and you wouldn't be able to understand because you are not superhuman.
Korean speak, you could say. And we have just wasted more time. So Suchi will be picking up that Malphite, and then the next pick will be Vladimir and then Sona. Okay, Sona extremely strong, one of the extremely strong poke supports at the moment, and she's great in the team fight with that ultimate crescendo, stunning everyone in the vicinity. Basically can turn a team fight. It's one of those game-changing ultimates. And then you have the Vladimir, of course, massive AoE, great in lane as well, good sustain when he gets about level 9. He's pretty much unstoppable, can't get pushed out really, especially when he gets the Hextech Gunblade. Hextech Gunblade, Hextech Revolver rather. And then Malphite, great anti-AD, and anyone reliant on attack speed in the same way that Nunu is.
Yeah. This is actually on MTW's part. This is actually very similar. I'm going to keep up this pace of talking, by the way.
Yep.
And this is MTW's composition is very similar to what they had last time. Thus far, the picks have been exactly the same with the Vladimir first pick against the Malphite first pick because it gives them the flexibility and the ability to potentially shut him out of a lane. And by doing so, they are allowing themselves a great deal of flexibility. Skarner is a very strong jungler in that he can dive, and his ganks from level 6 are very strong. His late game is great in that he can basically do what Odir wants to do and jump in, take anyone he wants, and walk out again. He doesn't have quite the same kiting problems because he's faster and obviously he's tankier and does as much damage and has better crowd control, etc. And we're looking at an Orianna pick right here. An Orianna pick is very strong right now, has very good damage mid-game and good damage early game, very good poke in general, but she does fall off a little bit damage-wise, but becomes more of a kind of a support pick with the AoE dissonance and shockwave, which pulls people into the dissonance. So she ends up with kind of more of a supporting role, where she's a slow, haste, shield, and AoE knock-in. I'm calling it a knock-in because it pulls people into the center of the ult. Yeah.
Alternatively, you could call it a pull-in because it is a pull
knock-in.
rather than a knock-in. Knock him in.
Hybrid of knock-in and knock-up. Wait, what?
What?
A pull-in and knock-up. Knock-in. Knock him in.
Lock-in. Anyway,
Lock
so the
in,
enemy
lock in.
picks will be Ryze and Leon and then Irelia, so it has a lot of presence, especially in conjunction with Grace, so you can initiate and do a massive amount of burst damage. Also synergize with her passive along with the collateral damage and the bookshot, a lot of burst damage at bottom, expect to see kills down there. You have Ryze in mid, who can also pin people down. It gives great picking presence as well, in the same way that Skarner can later on into the game, but even earlier on because he can get it at very early levels, except he doesn't actually need to put points into it for it to be more effective. You also have Irelia, who only has a hard time early game, but against certain matchups, especially against Vladimir, she has a good early game, meaning she can beat them in lane and becomes an unstoppable juggernaut when it comes later into the game. Okay, do you want to look at anyone else's runes or masteries before we go into the day?
Let's have a look at let's have a look at Skarner's.
Okay, let's look at Manfi's. This is like cast steroids. Okay, he has Jungler 3, it's 25 attack speed and plus 13 armor, however he doesn't have any glyphs to speak of. That's very interesting, maybe they'll remake afterwards. Masteries, wise they have 0.219, he's gone straight down to Juggernaut, taking on a garden, also in double support, only 1.9 enlightenment up to 3. Also taken down to really affinity to increase that early blue buff he's going to get, but because he's a jungler he'll most likely not get the one after the first one, however he might carry on getting the red buffs since the lane won't really need it unless he chooses to donate them.
Are you sure?
Well, we've actually done it with like 10 seconds remaining. Anyway, guys, we're going to switch to a quick commercial break before we jump into the game, so we will be back for the finals. That will be MVP versus MTW. See you soon. Bye. Hello and welcome back, guys. While we fix a couple of technical issues, namely being in the bottom right hand corner for both of us, and there we go. Once again, I am Pulse, joined by the once again Spuddington. Hello.
I am the once again Spuddington. My name is the once again, and my surname is Spuddington. But hello. Things are progressing apace here, and it looks like MTW might be. They were looking for taking a different route to. Is this going to be one? Is this a fabled double invasion? No, it's not. By the looks of it, it looks
the
like
double invasion.
Yeah, MTW are just kind of fanning out defensively to keep an eye out.
The flamingo formation.
Dangerous for Scott Lol because Rise can if it comes to it, he can flash and bind someone, and in that brief amount of time, it's quite possible to focus them down and make it impossible for them to get away. Though it would cost multiple flashes to actually catch him. But looks like
Ezreal takes a couple seconds to register that the enemy team is on his face. The brain lag has passed, and it will be backing off. Okay, so we were commenting that that Solid Skin does have slight derp eyes, which I have to agree.
In the artwork, like in the game, it looks rather nice.
I can't even see it.
Really?
Covered by a hood.
Yeah, well, obviously her face is invisible, but like she's I quite like the festive colours. But anyway, yes, ward at wraiths for both teams actually, which is interesting. The blue ward is more defensive, and it's helping them to keep vision of.
They're trying to steal it over the who's taking that from Scott Lol. Get dunked, and they will be both counter jungling the jungler. Outstanding Pose. Yeah, they will be going for that blue buff.
Pose pulling out, for amazing there. He sure is amazing. Looks like at the moment.
On blue buff, taking a lot of damage here, down to about 30% HP. Will he be able to take it out before it takes him down? Taking multiple attacks. Yeah, he will pick that one up pretty successfully. Good job, Bampy.
Was he not even helped by his friends there?
I think he was. His friends. Who says that his teammates are friends, man?
You've got no friends. You've got no friends.
I thought you were my friend.
No, that's the funniest thing I've heard all week. I'm not joking.
No.
It was hilarious. I laughed a lot.
My sides.
But in spite of that, things are happening in this game. Oh.
They're not.
Well, okay, yeah, it's true. Like both junglers are currently taking red buff. That's about it, really. I've got to be honest. There's some poke going down in mid right now. I mean, you just took quite a lot of damage from Pose.
Interlude was called for. True,
what?
But Pose is down to about 25% mana, so not really able to do too much about that one. And Jean Provocateur is going to go ahead and ward. Scholar looking to do something at top though. Mamphy, I'm pretty sure is a Pokemon looking to do something on Zoro Zero. Blade surging now to Mamphy, looking for that Impale level 3. Nope, not going to happen.
It's very nice play actually there by Zoro Zero. Just it's the
time sync. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're 1 second behind. And Aurelia going in very aggressively here on Blauline. It's amazing looking for the follow-up, but not there. Trollpool says no. Yeah, actually, that was quite a lot of damage there taken by Blauline. Took several hit-end style empowered auto attacks to the face because he couldn't afford to pool too early, or Malphite would come in and start delivering even more damage than he was dodging. So yeah, very unfortunate for him.
Success. Meanwhile, mid amazing ping onto Who You. Double flash goes after, and that will be first blood for Pose. Mamphy coming in from the side as well, and taking a lot of damage from turret. Not able to follow up on that one, however, since Pose did have that snare in his reservoir.
Yeah, I've got to say, Pose actually is really impressing me with his Rise play. In the 2 games I've seen, he's done really well in his lane. Like, he's been beating out these other, like, 2.1k elo players, 2.2, 2.3, simply just playing a really solid Rise game.
I'm pretty sure Pose is like 2.6k himself, so if he wasn't outclassing them in individual skill, I would be fairly depressed in the solo queue system. But that said, Pose is taking... Oh, Zero rather is taking a lot of damage from Amphy, who is now ganking. Not
I think you're doing the robot here.
However,
yeah, I might handle this for a little bit, Pulse. yeah, right there at the top, there was a gank on Aurelia, which didn't actually work out. I'm kind of surprised that it didn't in that case, because
holy 2000 ping.
yeah,
Holy 2000 ping.
he took quite a lot of damage, but just Aurelia is very hard to pin down because she has that passive which has sort of inbuilt tenacity, and right now she's actually picked up 2 null magic mantles. She really doesn't want to be taking Vlad's harass like to the face, and you know, she doesn't want to get low because that removes her abilities to A, avoid jungle ganks, and B, go in on Vlad when she hits the level requirement to do some serious damage on him. But yeah, right now we're sort of resuming farming again here. Malphite was maybe looking for something to happen at mid, but really Huyu was pushed up too much, and you know, just wasn't going to happen. So he's gone back to clearing wraiths. He'll be, you know, clearing his jungle pretty solidly, rock solidly, if you will. And yeah, Skarner possibly looking for something up top, maybe? He's certainly going into his upper jungle. I mean, Wraiths is always a good place to start when you're jungling because it gives you a lot more flexibility. It's a very gold and time efficient camp. But yeah, you know, right now, Blau line up top is still kind of bullying out 0-0 right now. But it looks like Amazing is going to be looking for a gank up here. I mean, he is not yet at level 6, so he doesn't have his ult, which obviously gives him a lot of ganking power because it's unstoppable force. And at mid right now, Poser's going to have to rock out because he's being chased. Oh man, he just walked back into Mamphy, and I can't see him getting away from this. He's leading them to bot lane. Tsuchi and Agent Provocateur. Okay, and Mamphy backs out, right?
Hello?
Hello? Are you functional again?
I may be functional. I had over 9,000 ping for a second, quite literally.
Robot pulse.
Yeah.
Yeah, your voice was breaking up a lot. It was.
I'm not surprised because I had that much ping, which was not good. I have hopefully fixed the problem now. But either way, hello.
Yeah, hello.
What's been happening?
Not a huge amount. Mamphy kind of chased Pose out of mid for a bit, but he led them to bot lane, which scared him off anyway.
Initiation from Agent Provocateur, and we'll be backing off.
And yeah, and I think Malphite sort of reciprocated and forced that out of top for a bit. And it looks like they're going to be making a move on this blue buff. Maybe? No. Okay, that was just warding. Alright, fine.
Good call there, Spuddington.
Job.
But anyway, so right now, about 1 kill ahead. Of course, they got assist gold on that as well. And I really should be winning this matchup against Vladimir, but she's really not at the moment.
She's starting to get to the point where she can really dive in on him and do a lot of damage, but she kind of got pushed back a little bit too much too early. I mean, what's her farm compared to Vlad's at the moment?
Pretty much
55. She's actually 5 ahead. Cool. I mean, you know,
yeah,
she
but
may
Vladimir is farming, so.
Yeah, I mean, he'll pick up these creeps at the tower, although he's actually going to miss quite a few of them because it's at the tower. And this is why it's unfortunate to be forced to your tower. It's obviously much harder to farm, and even, you know, this 2 point whatever K ELO player can't farm under tower, and so you shouldn't feel too bad when you miss some. But,
lesson learned to your 1200 ELOs. What?
Yeah, but it's still a really bad thing to be pushed to your tower for that reason.
Yes, yeah, because no matter how good you are, it's always going to be a case of you are going to lose some.
Yeah.
And yeah, because of cooldowns, of course you can use skills to do so, but some characters are better than others, and you are going to have to let some go. It didn't help that he did use Ties of Blood on all of them and mess up all of his farm, and then try to nuke them down as fast as possible. But that's also an issue. Like on Ties of Blood stacks, like depending on how much you've used them, they increase in power, and then you can misjudge it. I think he was just trying to do enough damage so the tower could hit it once and he could last hit, but alas, that did not happen. Hit them too hard, unfortunately, which in any other circumstance would be a good thing.
And right now, Graves is out farming Israel.
The exoskeleton does have the impale. Amazing coming down as well. Good damage onto Red Snow. Flashes out to the Ignite as well. Pops the Crescendo before he falls, landing onto 3 people. He's got LOL. Goes out with the Arcane Shift, and Mamphy trying to get out there as well. Will attempt to recall, but retreat in the process, realizing it's probably not a safe idea to be recalling it in the brush, about 20 meters or 20 teamers away from a fight. So they will.
They did just pink ward dragons. I'm wondering if they're looking for it, but no, looks like they're not going to risk that. I mean, right now, MTW are actually in a position where they could contest it quite reasonably. So, yeah, they're not going to risk that. But yes, right now. Oh, okay. Poe's just recalling behind the wall and who you would have liked to have stopped him, but didn't see him in time. So yeah, that's unfortunate on his part. And Zoro in the middle of the jungle, actually, going for Mamphy.
Mamphy's just like, hey, and we'll be passing on to his.
How's it going? Say hello to Pete for me.
Pete, yeah. Yeah. I really hope that there's actually a player who has named himself Pete, and we really hope he becomes a competitive player, simply just so we can say Pete. Pete. But it is the greatest thing. It might be something weird to do with English people, but for some reason we really like mundane names.
Just, yeah, it's so mundane. Like you get people like calling themselves, "I'm Hot Shot GG. I'm Destroyer of Worlds," and then you got Pete. Hello, Pete.
It's just amusing as a name, just like the way it works. But Poe's moving on to who you. Ignite goes down as well, and the flash, another auto attack. Oh, will that finish him off? I'm not even sure. Protect goes down. No, it will not. A single auto attack would have done that, but not able to because a good guy by Mamphy was just kind of enough to push him away where Poe couldn't really commit. And,
yeah, he couldn't commit to it, but it doesn't really matter because yeah, they're going to take a dragon now, and honestly, they whoever they are, aren't going to be in a position to like contest it because without Oriana, a lot of their mid-game team fighting power is removed, and nearly failed smited that actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, and right now, I've got to say, Pose is actually really seriously putting the hurt on Huyu. I mean, he's what 23 odd farm ahead of Huyu.
Oh, Suchi taking a lot of damage. Good Shanda goes down onto him as well. Amazing comes from the side and the wombo combo. Jean Provocateur picking that one up. And damn, that was quite the turnaround. It was really quite wombo combo. It just had solar flare into the unstoppable force, and it's really frightening when you're stunned. Yeah, it's just just straight up ultimates which hurt a ton. Suddenly
you die, basically. Yeah. Like, they didn't even know Malphite was there, so for them it was just all of them are dead.
Vladimir taking a lot of damage. Ignite goes down immediately at the start of the fight, basically because it cuts his healing, and Zoro will be backing up because he has no real sticking power at this stage. Wait a minute, he's got the phase. He didn't. Wait a minute.
What are you doing,
boy? Wait, no. If he's jumping back onto him with the blade surge into the equilibrium strike, slowing him down at this time. Turning around, I was going to use the heal bait. Amazing once again, popping out the cheese wheel. Vladimir will be out of there, just taking the ground slam to the face as well, and will be good to go.
Holding back his pool, just in case they decided to do anything really risky on him.
And that's very interesting. A lot of players would have just panicked and then pulled immediately, but he's very wary. Like, he doesn't use his pull until he has to, at the very last moment. It's a bit like a summoner spell he's using it like, even though it's on a lower cooldown, use it, and then you can't use it again, basically, in that trade. It's, yeah, it's a resource that he can't commit if it's not really going to save his life at that time. It may reduce damage, but it's not something that, it's really something that will save his life in a clutch moment.
But what we are seeing there is the kind of thing that tends to end up happening in Irelia versus Vlad lane. Irelia starts to dive onto Vlad, and it becomes really hard for him to actually, deal with it. And yeah, actually, I've got to say, 0-0 is getting bled a lot, just trying to CS here. And that might be why he's not dominating this lane as much. I mean, sometimes it's actually better to sacrifice a few creeps here and there to give yourself a much better position to harass from.
Ooh, Malphite looking for the gank onto top lane. He just have his ultimate. Something could happen here. Of course, Vladimir still does have his pull, still has his flash. So if they're going to do something, it's going to be pretty slick, but now he's going to go ahead and back off. It's not one of those gank lanes which are awfully easy to do. And I mean, he has the CC from Irelia, but she's fairly low health. It's a risk that's not worth taking.
I mean, Vlad is just so safe in a lane because of that pool. It just makes it so hard to gank him. Like, you can dodge anything you want. Like, if Unstoppable Force is coming and you're ready for it, you can pull it on reaction. Like, you can see Malphite start moving. I mean, a bad player probably wouldn't, but that's not going to happen in this kind of scenario. And
Everyone reacting around the Drake area. Pose will see Red Snow along with Scotlow. Good crescendo lands on Pose, cutting out for a second. Who you coming down? Solar Flare goes out as well. Great ultimate straight onto Pose. And amazing Manphy flashing over the wall to cut them off. And Argent Provocateur flashing over the wall. Another flash over him as well. Amazing. Has been pulled back into them with Impale, but rock solid Malphite does not care. Argent Provocateur still leading them. Who you looking to do something here? Command attack will miss. Eclipse goes down to give him some more resistances. Tags on a creep. Will sustain it for a bit longer. Command attack once again. Dissonant. Arcane Shift goes down and Scotlow will pick them up with an auto attack.
Right. Sorry. Cancel the Benny Hill. Right. But yeah, that was basically Agent Provocateur just trying to waste as much time as he could on his opponents. There was no real mechanism for him to escape without Flash, so yeah. And to be honest, it's a very perfectly valid usage of his time. If you're sending 3 people to chase around one for a good, 10 seconds odd, they might, they'll probably miss a wave of creeps at bot, and that, will add up to some of the gold you get from the kill. I mean, it probably
worth support as well.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Support's not worth anything.
I don't rate support players. But yeah, Pose right now is really farming up, and I think he's going to become a serious threat come mid-game. I mean, right now he has Catalyst and Tear and a Blasting Wand and Null Magic. He hasn't really finished his items, his proper items. It looks like he's going to be going for Merc Treads and a Rod of Ages. So he's going to be so very, very tanky come mid-game, but right now he's still squishy. But in spite of that, he's already really beating out Huyu. I mean, the lead has decreased, but he's been getting so much farm on her and just punishing her whenever she makes any kind of mistake. Right there, yeah, you missed your ball, you're going to take half your health in damage. That's how much punishment Rise can put down.
Yeah, Rise is a very punishing champion in that respect, and both junglers at bottom, once again, we're seeing this, both junglers, same place, same time. And it just comes down to game sense. Whether one stays there for longer than the other is another question entirely. But Malphite will be backing up. Exactly, they're secretly the same player. But no, so
every jungler is the same player.
Yeah, there's some mastermind computer, they're not human. Bot. Exactly, unfortunately one is not Nunu, which is very unfortunate. But it looks like MTW moving around the area, looking potentially to do... Wait a minute.
Dragon?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just thinking the MTW, aren't they, before I just make some hideous mistake.
Oh, don't worry, I'll make all of those.
Cheetah goes down and Orianna ultimate will not steal it in turn though. Ultimate goes down and we're playing doing a lot of damage. Good at countering this changing with the shockwave. Ultimate goes down from Scott Lowell doing some more punishment. Has been stunned down by the equilibrium strike by 0-0. Who you is now being chased after. Good dissonance goes down, trying to get the kill onto Pose, flashes over the wall. And Blauline will be getting out of there, dealing some more damage before he backs off. Will 0-0 at the kill onto him. Sushi coming in from the side as well. Good bookshot will pick that one up. Red Snow now in a bad position, just tags him with the slow from the smoke screen. Equilibrium strike will finish that one off. Moving on to their blue buff, that was the Ace 3-4-5 and the blue buff, but not taking the Drake. So
in gold terms, they turned out roughly equal, but they stole on the blue buff, and obviously they'll be able to go back and buy and kill creeps and things. So yeah, came out ahead there. Bonjwas.
Bonjwas. It's quite amusing to say. There's some very nice names to say, like Suchi is nice to say, and like Agent Provocateur. You know what I mean? It's like it's nice to say. I like words that are nice to say.
Agent Provocateur. Amazing.
I like Manphy though. Manphy's a really nice thing to say.
Manphy.
Manphy. Sounds like a Pokemon. It really does.
Fluffy.
Fluffy. No, there's like a what is it? It's like an elephant Pokemon. Manphy. If someone can inform me of that in the IRC, that'd be grand. But I'm trying to think now. Damn it, you!
It's not Mammary.
Mammary. Yeah.
No, I'm thinking Pokemon now. This is not helpful.
Imagine if you had like Pokemon
my brain goes idle if I start thinking about it.
Well, you could join them to like cross genres, so you could have Pokemon in League of Legends. That would be the greatest of the things.
Hey Conan, do you want them Pokemons?
They make a lot of references, like even Skarner acts like a Pokemon when he's in a push for too long, yeah.
His hidden passive.
Yeah.
Maybe you could call it his hidden active.
Yeah, you could, and who you could be caught up here by Zero. Flash goes down, another flash into Blaze Surge. Who you trying to say trade off with them is not going to be enough, and Post will pick them up. Meanwhile, bottom Sushi will dash out of there. Good collateral damage goes down, another quick draw as well. Will get him out of harm's way, but not for too long. Mampy ducking out of there with a Crystal Exoskeleton, and Amazing and Arjon Provocateur will not be able to follow up on that one. 1-for-1 trade over the board.
Yeah, that was unfortunate in bot lane. I think Graves stayed in when he probably didn't need to. I mean, in so doing, he forced out Skarner.
Liner's got to be careful here. He's in the face of Zero. Who will go down. Yeah, he's got to be very careful because, well, if he gets Equilibrium Strike, then you're going to be CC'd for days.
Yeah, if he gets Equilibrium Strike, he'll be CC'd for what is it now? At this stage, 2 seconds.
Yeah,
2 seconds is a long time in League of Legends, and moreover, he can't even pull out of Rune Prison. If you are bound beforehand and you pull inside it, you won't move, which is odd, but very, very dangerous.
Pose putting down the Rune Prison, in fact, onto Red Snow. He does not have a pull because he is not made of blood. Oh wait, what? And Pose will be picking up that kill now onto Scotlol. Does not have the Rune Prison. Rest of the team coming down as well. Mampy followed by Yu. Suchi coming in from the side as well. 4 versus 3 so far. Arjon Provocateur kind of zoning them out, not able to get a pick. And interestingly, we're being so defensive considering they got the pick at the start of the fight. And meanwhile, top Zero will picking up the kill onto Vladimir.
Yeah, he was just kind of trading off with her and losing badly, I'm afraid. Like, once Aurelia's gotten to the point where she's got a Wit's End and a Phage and a Sheen, she's very, very hard to beat in a one-on-one. She's just has constant damage, and it's constant, really high damage. And now Mampy's kind of feeling paranoid in case she's come to steal his red buff, so he's gone to pick a ward down in the bush, just in case. But yeah, she's going to recall and, you know, go back and pick up... What she picked up? Triforce. Full Triforce from Machine.
Wow.
Yeah. Noticing actually now Aurelia is 5 0. Trying to say 0 and 0 at the same time doesn't work. 5 0 and 2. So she is on a killing spree. And also the wealthiest player in the game. She is very, very dangerous right now.
It's
and
the
it looks like
Avarice
she knows it. Yeah, gonna gank bottom with it.
Well, Suchi trading off with Scotlol. Mampy coming in from the side, and that's not the gank that they want. Mampy being torn apart. Red Snow now between a rock and a hard place, and potentially a Malphite. Now following up onto Scotlol. Pose coming in from the side as well. That would be the Rune Prison and the easy kill. That would be the killing spree for Pose. 3 for 0, picking up this bottom tower. Strick will not be up, but he might push this bottom tower even harder. There's only really who to stop them, that being Orianna. Ball goes down just in case of a flank, but they can tank this to the face and not really care.
That was really nice coordination there. They knew where they had to be. Like, they knew that Skarner was there. They knew that Skarner would gank, and they knew that if Skarner ganked, that he would get wrecked basically without Pose needing to come in at the front line. So Pose could go in behind and clean up those who ran, basically.
Look at that push, though. They pushed like 2 towers and an inhib with with that pick. That is a Zubu. You make a mistake, you lose everything you own. And now they're chasing them
after. Going to try and punish them for it.
Well, they'd overstayed, but I don't know if they completely overstayed. Really, they can probably still win this team fight. Impale goes down, and good Shockwave will drag 3 people into it. Who you being zoned out of it, however. Amazing will be picked off. Mampy also to follow. Owline will surely die to Suchi's pain, along with Scotlol will fall. Red Snow also being Rune Prisoned. This has gone dreadfully wrong for them. Dreadfully wrong, dear child.
Dreadfully wrong. But
Aurelia was the last one standing.
Yeah, the key play there was that leaving that ward there and in the corridor so they could see where they were, and Aurelia jumping in over the wall onto Sona. Really kind of shut her out and basically made her unable to use her ult the way she wanted to be using it to influence the team fight. But that said, Vlad nearly made the fight for them. Like, Vlad doing so much damage in that area with his ult, especially considering that all of his team basically was hitting all of their AoE stuff as well. But as it happened, it became like Rise and Graves at the end there were just slightly too strong for them to take down and cleaned up. I mean, they must have if they backed out of that point and succeeded in backing out, which I'm not sure they could have done, they would have ended up with about 3 people left at the end, I think.
Yeah.
But in the end, Rise and Graves, yeah, just clean up crew.
They were on the fringes of the team fight, basically. Pose was like balls deep in it because he can afford to, because he's fairly tanky as an AP carry. But Graves was just on the edge, and they couldn't get to him. They have so much just beefiness on the front line, so they couldn't really break it. It's like you just can't get to him. Okay, they have AoE. They don't really have too much focus damage. Oriana's kind of AoE as well. The ball really can't reach him because she was being zoned so far back just by everything that was going on in the team fight. They don't really have anything to shut that Graves down. They have so many threats right up in their face. As we were saying before, they're very up close and personal team, and Huyu has been hit by the unstoppable force. That's a brutal death. I was just jumping onto him, and it was just very little to do. They're very up in your face. When they get there, they're not going to like stop. They're like a Rottweiler. You just can't get them off you.
And now they're going for a Baron from that.
Yeah.
They are aware that they can probably win a team fight even with Baron in consideration.
Oh, Red So, Xenoblade over the wall. That will be the Baron for MVP. Now chasing after good Crescendo, but will not keep him alive forever. Flash over the wall, angry Leona. And
will not escape.
Cheese Wheel will get that one. Below, Lino has pulled, but has been exhausted before that happened, and will probably be picked up. Dominating, that will be the ace. And GG well played has been called.
Yeah, surrender. Yeah, they at that point, at that Baron, they had lost, really.
Yeah.
They were not going to come back from that. They were just getting broken up in team fights too much, and they were too far behind to do anything about it. But very well played, actually, there by Bonjwas. I'm really impressed, actually, at their coordination and their just general play. But, yeah.
Yeah, Sushi just messaging me saying, support Graves, he is 2-1 and 14. Pretty impressive, I must say. But yeah, that will conclude today's games, guys. That was the second qualifiers, and I was joined by Spuddington. Hello. Yep. So I was Pulse. Spuddington was Spuddington as himself. Hexit was our cameraman today, and yeah, if you want to check out any of the VODs, it will be up on our YouTube. And I'm stalling for long as possible before I can actually find the damn thing.
Link.
Wait a minute. Professionalism. Okay, it will be chaostv.eu/YouTube, which is the VODs will be up hours after the stream has finished. Chaos TV is the company that we have been streaming for. My Facebook is Watch Your Pulse, same for my YouTube. Hexit is Hexit with 2 eyes. Spuddington is Spuddington Cass, and that's it, I think. Yeah, I think that's it.
As far as I'm aware.
Right, well, all that's left to say is thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for sticking with us. And until next time, goodbye.